When we look at the definitions of anatomy and physiology, anatomy is the material, it's the stuff that we can touch and we can put names to. Physiology is when we put the things together and make them work. How do they work together? That's where the why question is very good. Anatomy and physiology were very close together because a certain structure that a heart has, for example, will dictate what it can do. It's really hard to keep walking around on your arms and hands through the day instead of your legs, because these are not made for that. These are made for that. It's really hard to write with this for me. Some people are really good at it, but usually it's the people that don't have the upper extremities. So that's where you can see it dictates. So structure dictates function. So what we do here, we go a structural organization, we go from the smallest place that we can define, that we can look at, that we can talk about. Like that's the chemical level. That's the first structure level that we can analyze. Chemical levels, atoms and molecules. And after that, we get into much more interesting stuff, because then we get into the cellular level, and that is the smallest unit of life. Some microbes are one cell, some bacteria is just one cell, but they can make it. They sure can make us sick. So they're pretty strong. Take cell types together and some other material, like we talked in the bone, there were cells in the bone, there's a lot of calcium in there. And so that we form different fabrics, different ways of creating the body. We have 4 fabrics. We have muscle tissue, we have nerve tissue, those are easy to understand. And then we have connective tissue and epithelial tissue. And the 4th level is the organ level. So now we have a heart, or we have one muscle. We have structures that perform a specific function in the body. It makes us get an organ system. We have multiple systems in the body, and next what we do is we're going to get through those systems and talk about those. So this is the cardiovascular system, which has the heart and the blood vessels. And then you and I are an organism. So we put all the organ systems together and we make a functioning unit, and that's the organism. Well, let's get to these systems. First one I want to poke at is the integumentary system. It's the biggest, it's the largest organ we have in the body. It covers us externally. That does a few things. It protects deeper tissue and organs from injury, but also from any other invader. If we do not have a skin, we are nothing. The skin is the first, I would consider the most important part of your immune system. Because if it does not repel the stuff we don't want inside our body, we're screwed. And so the best way to not fight an invader is to not have him come in. So in some ways you can picture, the old castles with the walls around them. That's the skin as well. So that's nice. We're very happy about the skin. We want to take good care of the skin. Skin cancer is one of the big things that's on the rise. Skin synthesizes vitamin D. A lot of functions. They found that 60% of fibromyalgia is because of vitamin D deficiency. I have a medical article, a whole lit review on that on my website, my office site. If you're interested, it's docmuley.com, and there's some links. We also have a lot of senses coming from the skin. Classically, we have, 6 senses or so? Eye, ear, blah, 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 blah. But, whoever talks about that sense of pain, it's also a sense. Think about it. Sense of touch. A lot of those receptors, sense of temperature, a lot of those are located in the skin. We can experience, a sense is how do we experience the world outside and inside? Think about it. What is a sense? I have a bunch of glands, sweat glands, we know those, and then oil glands also, that make us some pliable in the skin. What else? We also have accessory organs like the nails and the hair. And we'll talk about those when we get to that topic.